right, fool. Shit. Let it be known then. Circle tight,
Verse.
Probably.
He could probably go anywhere the fuck he wants. You know what I'm saying?
You want to know that shit? Crazy shit. It was not crazy, but it was kind of like weird, mysterious.
Oh shit.
This
is Tell Us Your Ghost Stories today.
Yeah, in the J's food. Where my apartments were at, or where my house was,
and they're old there.
Steps.
Right, it's like old there. You know what I mean? I mean, 100, 200. It's probably about 200 and a half, or about 200 years.
No, well, so the projects, they used to be like at a different angle, and they tore all those down like in the 70s
type shit,
and built some new ones. Yeah,
right.
And then they just kept modifying upper. But
right.
But supposedly like the myth is that it's like a Indian burial ground where they build the projects at, you know. Oh, but I mean, those are all kind of like myths in the area, you know. Or what do they call, like urban legends and shit, you know?
Well, I mean,
yeah. But anyways, like I was saying about that fucking. So every night, I swear, every night, or like, you know, when I remembered, I would go post up on these steps. So like.
And try to catch it.
No, and there would be a white owl. Fool. I used to know like this white. I had like a relationship with this white owl, and I would go meet up with him.
He had a sign
every day at 11 o'clock, fool. And at 11 o'clock, dog, it'll pass by like that. Like it'll pass to the parking lot and go towards the college, which is Eli. Okay. So East LA College was down the street, and that's where had all the big ass trees that something like that could live in.
Like he was
and that was his route, bro.
Yeah.
And every day I would be like if it was like 11 o'clock, I'd be like, watch, the white owl's gonna pull up, fool. And I'll take chicks there, like, hey, you wanna see my owl?
You wanna see my owl?
You know, and and he'll pass by, dog. He'll give me credit, fool.
Yeah.
He'll pull up, dog. You know, like I'll say it, be like, look, he's gonna pull up right now. Sure enough, that she'll pull up like.
He's all like,
and it was like a big ass white owl. That shit was sick.
Hey, he was like flying, right? And he looks down and goes.
He did the cheap line whistle.
He said, "Carry on with your pimping, gangster."
Yeah, that shit was tight, bro.
Yeah,
that fucking owl. I don't know why the gargoyle story reminded me of that
Saca
shit.
La bolsita. Yeah, what do you say? Like, I know you got some.
Yeah.
Hey, that's funny as fuck.
Yeah, and that shit was a trip. That was a fucking white owl.
He's like, hey, you want to go see? He didn't ask, hey, you want to see a dead body? He's like, you want to see a white owl?
Majestic ass fool, bro.
Yeah, it was tight, bro.
That's game. Show a shorty an owl.
That was MF Days, homie. MF Days, you know what I'm saying? That's MF Days right now. Let them know what MF Days is, homie. Tell them we out here.
Yeah. You got any ghost stories there?
Bro, you know what? You want to know what's crazy as fuck? I didn't even think about none of that or any of that until, like, I mean, we've talked about, like, different shit like that. Or I've said, you know, I grew up in the house right down the street, right? Like, bro, like 3 minutes walking and shit. And right here, where we're at, where that desert lot is at, and that house is there. So after that house was like a house that like had a wall, and you could walk in, bro, and it was a big desert lot, but it had a whole wall around the whole house. And then there was another wall like inside there, but it was all like Mexico style looking, like, I don't know. And then when you would pass through that gate, then it was like a little double-story house that was like single and then double, like kind of like what we were just talking about. But it was a house. It was the only house right there, and not the only one, but that was its own property. And my friend used to live there.
Right.
That's how I actually caught this fucking scar on my fucking hand right here. It's from that fucking house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. So I don't want to. I'll tell you about the scar later because I want to stay on the other thing. But so my friend, I think his name was like Juan or something. Can't remember. Anyways, Juanito, yeah. But I used to spend the night at his house, dog. Grandma, fucking everybody, dog. Like, they always making fucking tortillas, fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was like this one picture in the house, dog, and like, you know, it was like one of those things where late at night and shit, like, didn't matter where we sat at in the fucking room, dog. The picture would always just be like looking at you and shit. No matter what, bro.
Yeah.
And I just, that's crazy, bro. It almost gave me a little bit of chills.
Right.
Because it wasn't a bad thing, or we were kids, I guess, but it was right fucking there.
Yeah.
It was literally, homie, right there through the alley right here. I swear that would have been the backside of the house. Damn, that's crazy. But we right there, and then at late at night, I used to get like, I'd be like, damn, man, this fucking, everybody's quiet and asleep and shit. And then, like I said, the picture would be there. Because we would sleep in the one little room and shit. But it wasn't like a bedroom. It was like the hallway or I don't know how to explain it.
Did they point out to you, though, that picture? Or was it just something you noticed and you were like,
No,
oh,
they,
shit?
like, I think we were hanging out. I think maybe one of the older, he had like a sister or something. You know, and it could have been one of those things that they just told us to fucking scare us.
Right.
Like, you know, now that you pointed out, I can't exactly remember, but I do remember. I do remember that we would always be like, oh, shit. So we would, like, sleep the other way and shit.
Right.
So,
I mean,
that's my scariest shit, dog. Well, besides the photos looking in the hole at me.
So that reminds me of some shit. There used to be this chick that she was like considered a witch, but personally I think the mom was a witch. And like for this house, like you go into the house, it's pitch black.
Okay.
Like they have like dark fucking, like they never wanted light to come in. It was weird. I swear, bro. It's not that crazy shit, but
Yeah?
they never. Yeah.
I'm kind of like that, and then I'll be like,
And they never wanted light inside. And but the same thing. So the first time I went to their house, so like this is a chick I was getting with. I was hooking up with her. She was my girl and all that, whatever.
What is it?
And and she was considered she would say that she was a witch. She made me give her some shit and said that what I was giving her was like gonna mean something, but without me knowing, she was like, oh, let me this, and then she played me. She was like, oh, remember when I asked you for this? Wow, I did this and that. You know, and it was like, what the fuck?
She made it like an offering and shit.
And she told me like shit about like some of the homies that like passed that we were all gonna go down for, and she was right. Like the that's why I left to Vegas, fool, because she said some shit was gonna happen with my life, and she was like, but you could change it. And so when the discussion of moving to a different city came up, I was like, let's go, because maybe that's the thing that's gonna change everything that was supposed to be in LA.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like a big thing that I was kind of.
You were like,
fuck it,
I'm not gonna be blind to
a message.
Right.
Right. And but yeah, so this Heina, the first day I go to her house, the first day I got to her house. She lives in the house that I'm telling you that across the street we seen the gargoyle.
Oh, okay.
So it's her house that we're kicking in front of, you know.
All right.
And so the first time I go in there, fool, they have a row of fucking porcelain dolls sitting up on top of like a
hell no.
on top of a fucking
Annabelle.
TV set or whatever.
Yeah.
But I swear, dog, on my mom, my grandma.
Yeah, they are creepy.
And we're talking, fool. I'm not even paying attention to the fucking dolls. I don't give a fuck about them dolls,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And we're talking. We're like in a fucking middle. And we're like, you know, in the conversation. And she goes, "Oh, look it, they like you."
Oh,
and I'm
fuck.
like, I swear, I'm like, what? What do you mean they like me? And she goes, look. And then she like looks at all the dolls, and I look at all the fucking dolls, fool, and they're all staring at me, dog.
I'm leaving, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
God.
I'm leaving,
I was
bro.
leaving,
God.
fool.
I'm out the door.
Like, look, like 2 days before that. 2 days before that.
You're like, I think my mom's calling me.
2 days before. 2 days before that, me, her, and two of the homies. No, me, her, the homegirl, and the homie.
Yeah.
We were in her living room playing the fucking Ouija board.
Oh man.
And I hadn't told her nothing, fool. I hadn't told her nothing that I wanted to get or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And supposedly the Ouija board pulled up Tal Anna, you know?
Okay.
That was her name. I shouldn't have said it. But it said Tal, you know, her. And I was like, what the fuck? And we were like, well, what the fuck, tell her what, you know? And we're all like, you tell her. We're all like trying to play that guessing game, you know? And then I was like, all right, well, the only thing I can tell you is, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know? And so it went from there. But that was that part. And then it said some other shit, whatever else happened. We were just playing the Ouija board there. But then like a few days later, that shit happens where I go into the thing and the fucking porcelain dolls are staring at me.
They're like damn, bro.
Yeah, bro. That shit told me everything, bro.
It is. It's those fucking. I couldn't even. My mom gave my daughter one and shit. And it's. I mean, it's pretty. I guess. I mean.
Yeah.
For what it is, I guess. Right.
I guess.
No, it is. You know
It is cool, I guess.
It's an old-fashioned toy, bro. That's,
but like,
that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like, it's like now you get iPhone.
is there a reason to have 20 of them though?
But they were just open with that shit, fool.
I mean,
like,
Pokemon cards.
They were open with the fact that they were did like white magic and shit.
They were like they had fucking Chucky.
I never wanted to talk
They had
about it
Chucky
because
and
I
the
always
dolls
felt like
and
they
shit.
could bring it back up or something, you know.
They had Chucky and the
I
dolls.
always get
dog.
weird. I always get scared that it could like rehash or whatever, you know.
Mm.
So I don't really like talking about. I don't like bringing
He's
them
like,
up.
oh.
You know, in my
Yeah,
life or
bro.
whatever.
Well, we just brought up. It's gonna be
I just
there.
brought it up.
They
yeah.
coming,
Yeah.
fool.
Well,
No.
Hocus
really,
pocus, 2 cents is
really,
the dopest.
really, I think it was the mom, dog. I don't necessarily think it was the daughter. I think it was more the mom, and she would just play like it was her, you know.
Yeah.
And
No.
shit, fool, she would know shit, dog. She's called shit out, like it was wild, you know. It was believable based on shit she's said and has happened, you know.
Right.
And it was like, what the fuck? You can't predict that, you know, like.
Nah, come on.
I swear, yeah, for it was some random shit, you know, like homies that, she said directly how many kids sorority homies we're gonna have, and they fucking had those kids, boys, named them boys. He was gonna be with everything, dog, like to the max. So she was like,
So
"Oh, you think these fools are gonna be?"
Ultimately, you were like, what the fuck?
I was like, "What the fuck?" And I thought too, like even for a while, I was like, "I think this trying to put a hex on me," like after we split, you know, like I don't know.
Really?
Bro, I'm not fucking with none of that shit. No brujeria,
I think I thought she put a hex
none
on me
of
that I
that
was gonna
shit,
fall in love
bro.
with the next person I met, and then I met Rose. You know?
Well, it's a good thing.
Yeah, it was tight.
So I mean, that would if I went there and that happened, I'd be like, I don't know what I'd be like, bro. That
I
would
couldn't
just
go back. after
I'd be
that.
praying.
no, I wouldn't be like that. I'd be like, oh come on, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Don't tell me that shit right now.
Right.
I'll be like, I gotta go smoke a cigarette. I'll be back.
No, I was supposed to sleep the
I'll
night,
be
and I
right
didn't sleep the night after all. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna. The reason I was inside was because I was gonna sleep the night.
Right.
And
Sleep
that
the
happened,
night.
and I was like,
You
nope.
mean spend the night?
Yeah, spend the night. I
Yeah,
guess.
he said sleep the night.
Let's sleep over.
I said sleep the night.
That's the word of the day, bro.
And that's the. Did I tell that story about
Which
the
one is
homie
it?
calling me, kept telling me that I was dropping the dime,
Like, but like the dime or the nickel.
and it turned out to be a penny instead of the dime? No, I didn't tell you that story then. Huh?
Nah.
Forget it.
No, you didn't. Hey. You didn't tell me. I'm waiting. I'm right
You
here.
want me to tell you? Well,
Whatever you want to do, my boy.
all right, well, so one of my homies,
Okay, go ahead.
my homie Snack. I don't know the food that you saw. I don't know if you met him. He's came here before on the first Friday. He's like a little rocker food. He's like a skinny rocker food from LA. One of my LA homies though. But yeah, anyways, that food, right? Well, we did in the J's, dog. So here's how it went. I didn't really know until after, but every time I'll be out, right? And this fool pull up. He'll be like, "What's up, fool?" Blah, blah, blah. He'll be like, "Hey, Dick, I heard you drop the dime, fool. I heard you drop the dime." And I'm like, "Fool, what the fuck? Like, fuck you, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
Maybe like 4 times, fool, it happened. And the fourth time, we were with the real homies, you know, like some of the homies from the hood, that the older cats were there. And this fool pulled up saying that shit, you know? And he was like, "Hey, fool, I heard you drop the dime." And he thinks it's funny, but I don't know what he's talking about. So that day I tell that fool, like, "Fool, what the fuck, you know? Like, what's up, fool? You fucking say I'm dropping the dime. I'm tired of you saying this shit. Tell me what the fuck you're talking about. Or we're going to have to get down, homie, because you're trying to put a jacket on me, you know?" And I'm respecting that shit. And I had to do it in front of the homies because then I'll look bad, you know? So that day I pressed him. And that fool's like, "Dude, chill. Nah, fool." He's like, "Look." He's like, "Blank told me that the last time you guys hooked up, that you got a fucking you got a dime off your ground and flicked it at her. And you were like, here's your tip." And you flicked the dime at her. But it wasn't a dime. It was a penny, dog. The last time I smashed, I got a penny and I fucking flicked at her. I was like, "Here, thank you." As a joke, though, I don't know why I did it, though. I don't know why I did it on some fucked up shit.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dog.
It was fucked up, dog, to be honest.
That's pretty hard, bro, actually.
No.
And I fucking flicked it at her.
No, I'm fucking. I've thrown change at the strip club on the stage. I have.
Oh, God, bro.
They kicked me out. I was like, "What the fuck is this? You guys made me pay to get in here for this?"
Oh,
Making it sound like Sonic in here, bro. Ding, 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 hitting the floor and shit.
Yeah, bro.
Like that fool on the Twitch the other day?
The homie hit the royal flush and shit. Right. Yeah, dog. That's fucking. Damn. Hey. Guess what? I forgot, dog. I forgot.
You forgot?
Nah, I didn't forget, dog. The homie told you you dropped a dime, but it was really a penny.
Yeah.
And it was really because you were throwing fucking change.
And I was kind of like, why would she tell us for that story, you know?
She was like, haha.
Well, I mean, at the time, I guess that was like her best friend. Supposed to be on the table still.
Hey, when
It's like your
Dazed
homie,
left,
I mean,
he fucking threw a penny at me.
Because that's some shit that really make you stand out, bro. Like,
Right.
damn, this fool just threw a fucking penny at me.
threw a penny.
And then she was really thinking about it.
And
it
she
really
called you back,
fucked her
huh?
up.
Oh, yeah. For
And
sure.
she called you
Freaking
back.
Are you right, fool? Shit. Let it be known then. Circle tight, little